This is the Check-A-Pro Radio Show. Check-A-Pro Joe has assembled a team of pre-qualified home service contractors to bring you the latest in services, products, and techniques. Stand by for an informative hour of home improvement radio. Now, here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Check-A-Pro Joe.
Welcome to the Check-A-Pro Radio Show. It is so great to have you here. I am Check-A-Pro Joe, and today we're going to be talking about your garage door. And I've got a garage door expert here, Cody Johnson from A1 Garage Doors. Hey, Cody, how you doing?
Hey, Joe. Thank you for having me here. It's a blessing to be here.
It is so great to have you here in the Check-A-Pro Radio studios. You've come back. You have been my expert here on the show for a very long time.
Well, absolutely. And I always enjoy every opportunity I get.
So today, you brought an offer to my listeners again, and we're going to get to that soon. So I want everyone to stand by, get your phones ready, because only 10 of our listeners today, Cody, can take advantage of the great offer you have brought to the show.
Well, yeah, you said bring a strong offer. We brought you the best, okay? So, and I think you said you're going to get to it in a little bit. So they got to hold on.
Got to hold on a bit. You have been in this industry, the garage door business. It's in the family. You and I have joked about this before. The person who invented the garage door has your same name, at least your last name. And so I think that's quite a coincidence. Maybe it was meant to be. So the garage door is most people's front door. In other words, many people use their garage door to enter their home. That means the garage door is critical. It's going up and down all the time. It's a huge moving part. It's really the largest moving system in the house, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a gigantic moving wall, right? And it's an easy, convenient way to get in and out of the house. The usage has risen dramatically over the last maybe 10 or 15 years. Part of that reason is because there's new technologies and it's just more convenient to do that.
Maintenance is critical, and a lot of people don't give their garage door the respect it needs. They expect it to work all the time. They press the button either in their car or on the wall, or they have a keypad and they type it in. Maybe it's even an app on their phone, right? They're saying, open my garage door, and they expect it to run the way it did for years. There's a lot of moving pieces. So there's rollers and there's hinges and there's a spring, cables, there's tracks. All of these things require maintenance. And that's what I want to talk about today, because you have brought to the radio show from A1 Garage Door Service a fantastic opportunity. It's an offer for just 10 of my listeners today to get a garage door tune-up, to get 10 free rollers. It's only $129 for the garage door tune-up and 10 rollers. Today only, though.
Yes. You said bring the best offer.
Yeah.
This is it. We're going to make that door nice and smooth and quiet. And then also, do you want to tell them the additional thing, or do you want me to?
Are you talking about the inspection?
Yes. So we're going to do a free 29-point inspection also. And that way, a full diagnostic of the whole system. That way the homeowner and the client understands what's going on, to give them all that info.
Truly phenomenal. Since about 2007, A1 Garage Door Service has been in business helping people in our community keep their garage door working properly. And we'll talk about a little bit down the road here in the show, the ability to replace a door, to get a new door. And we'll get to that in a moment. I want to talk about these free rollers. Remind me, why are rollers so important? Why are you giving away 10 free rollers? Aren't rollers or rollers?
Yeah. So it's with the tune-up, all for $129. On the rollers, they're like the tires, right? Like if you think of it as tires for a car, a lot of times the rollers are kind of getting squared off at the bottom. They some of these have ball bearings. Hopefully they have ball bearings. If you don't have ball bearings, oh my gosh, there is a nylon roller without ball bearings. It's like driving down the freeway with your emergency brakes on. They don't roll. They're just groaning in the track. They're getting stuck. They're literally getting stuck, okay? So those need to go. So there's the main reason. But then there's other rollers, like metal rollers, or maybe even some nylon rollers that have ball bearings, which is a better grade roller. But a lot of times those ball bearings, if you kind of shake it, it sounds like a maraca or a tambourine, right? Like a baby rattle, right? It shouldn't sound that way. That means your bearings are getting worn. They're worn out and they're shot. You want new, fresh rollers on your door so that way everything's working as smooth as possible.
Call Cody at A1 Garage Door Service right now to get your $129 garage door tune-up and 10 free rollers, not for the regular price of $350, but for just $129. And on top of that, Cody is throwing in a 29-point garage door inspection. Call now, 612-353-8389. That's 612-353-8389. 8389. The phone number, a little slower, 612-353-8389. So when I first asked you to come to the program, Cody, I said I wanted you to bring the best possible deal. And honestly, at first you said, okay, it's $350 for this offer we don't usually do, but we'll do it for your listeners on your show, Joe. We'll do it for $129, which is the garage door tune-up and a free set of rollers, 10 free rollers. And then I said, well, what else can you do? And you finally said, all right, because this is a big deal. The 29-point inspection, it includes a number of things. Can we go over like 3, 4, 5 of them? What are some of the major things you and your team are going to go over?
Absolutely. We're going to inspect the opener. If they have a motor unit, we're going to inspect the gear and sprocket. We're going to inspect the chain or belt. Sometimes the belts can kind of strip or the chain starts drooping, needs to be tightened, things like that. We're going to inspect the weight of the door. The weight of the door, like you would say, weight of the door, what do you mean? What does that matter? Well, a lot of times we'll go out there and the door is 30, 40, 50 pounds on the ground. That means, like, if my wife disengages the door and when the door is open and she pulls that red cord to disengage it, to close it, the power is out, or maybe the sensors got blocked. She didn't know. It's my problem when I get home, right? She'll pull the cord, and if the door is 50 pounds, it just starts slamming down like a guillotine. That's what would happen, and it can hurt somebody. Most importantly, you understand that it can hurt somebody. It can damage the door beyond repair. A lot of times by doing this, we can be preemptive, and that's the purpose. We're going to inspect the cables. Sometimes they're rusting or starting to fray. We're going to inspect the rollers, and even to the bottom rubber. Is that kind of rock hard, or is it still pliable and still doing its job? That's the goal, is kind of just doing an overlook of it, kind of checking the vitals of the garage door, if that makes sense.
It absolutely does. Call Cody at A1 Garage Door Service now to get your 129 garage door tune-up and 10 free rollers. Call now, 612-353-8389. That's 612-353-8389. So, Cody, a lot of people don't think about this. A well-working garage door and or a new garage door makes your home more valuable. So I saw an article, I think it was in Remodeling Magazine possibly, where it stated that the return on investment on a new garage door is over 100%. What is the number on that?
193%, if memory serves.
So almost 200%.
Yep.
You can't get that on a new swimming pool. You're not going to get it on a new roof. You're not going to get it on something like a repair, like a foundation repair. Those are always like a money suck. When we put money into the house, we want to, love it today. Something that we're going to feel good about, like a kitchen remodel. But a kitchen remodel or a bath remodel doesn't give you the ROI that a garage door does. So you could literally buy a garage door today, have it installed by A1 Garage Door Service, and double your money on it.
Absolutely. But doesn't it make sense, Joe? So it's like you go around, and I have one of my friends, he doesn't smile much. And I'm like, Andrew, why don't you smile? And he says, Cody, it's because my teeth are bad. He finally told me. I said, your teeth are bad. Why don't you go to dentist? Let's get that fixed. Now he's gotten it fixed. He's smiling. Well, the garage door is the smile of your home. And a lot of times these doors are cracked, dented, rusted, the paint's chipping. You never even picked the garage door out. The builder picked it out. You deserve something better. And so it's not just an ROI, which is obviously phenomenal. It pays for itself, right? That's great. And then on top of that, you can get energy efficient doors with 3-layer, which means, there's insulation in there and things like that. It's more rigid, it's stronger, it's quieter. There's a lot of benefits to it. Just the pride of coming home. It's curb appeal. You love it. When you come home, you're like, oh, I love my place now. All of a sudden, because you got a brand new smile, and it's the garage door.
It makes a huge difference. It's what they call curb appeal, aesthetics of the home. It improves the facade of the house, and it is so important. Call Cody and his team at A1 Garage Door Service right now. Get your 29-point garage door inspection absolutely free when you purchase the garage door tune-up for only $129, but you're going to get 10 free rollers. This is a huge deal. So you're getting 10 free rollers, a free 29-point garage door inspection, a garage door tune-up, all for $129 versus $350, which is the normal price. Call now. 612-353-8389. That's 612-353-8389. The phone number, a little slower, 612-353-8389. I love having you on the show. You are such an enthusiastic person when it comes to what you do. So many people have jobs, and they go to their job just to collect a paycheck. You have a career. You grew up in this business. You talk to people who say, yeah, I grew up on a farm. And when I grew up on the farm, my grandfather was there, my dad was there, my siblings were there, and that's what we did. And so they become a farmer. You grew up in the garage door business.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And I love Mondays. I love going to work. I work 7 days a week. It doesn't matter to me. So this is what I do. It's always been part of what I do. Growing up in it, Dad always taught us a great work ethic. And, for our listeners, I do want to make it clear, we do work 7 days a week, 365. So if you have any issues, let us know year-round.
Now, before the last break, I promised that we were going to talk about C.G. Johnson, who back in 1921 invented the garage door. But before we talk about your long-lost relative, let's give out this phone number again for this deal. $129, everybody, for a garage door tune-up. That's huge because usually it's $350. Get 10 free rollers. Those are those little wheels that are on your garage door that go in the track. You probably have really loud ones. They're probably wobbly. They're probably about to break because most of them, especially builder-grade doors, they don't install good ones. These are nylon rollers, 10 free ones today, plus a free 29-point garage door inspection. Not $350, only $129. You've got to call now. 612-353-8389. So back in 1921, Cody, C.G. Johnson invented the overhead garage door. Now, we take it for granted today, just like we take for granted a car. You go back 100-plus years and people had a horse and buggy. And so just think about this. Before the 1920s, you wouldn't have a job.
Well, I'm glad I live in the now, okay? So,
when you think about it, and so when you drive through neighborhoods and you see the homes, just about every home, right, has a garage door. This must keep you guys busy.
It keeps us busy, but, treating the clients right, they call us back and refer us. But, it is amazing to think, what would the homes even look like now? I guess a lot smaller because, 40% of most homes that I see, the 40% of the face of the home is the garage door. And wow, it's almost hard for me to imagine, at least where I'm at, I see garage doors everywhere. So so that is amazing. If it didn't exist, I don't know what I would do. I wouldn't be here, though, would I? So
you wouldn't be here helping my listeners, and most of the people listening to my program own a home. They have at least one garage door. Some may have 2 or 3. But it really doesn't matter, right? You don't discriminate. If someone has one door, you'll go out. If they have 4 doors, you'll go out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And if you call and get this offer, it would just be, the 129 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 17 doors. However many garage doors you have, we'll honor it. Just tell the tech that that's what we said, and it's not a problem. So
if someone's listening right now and they have 3 garage doors, they'll pay $129 and get 30 free rollers, 10 for each door.
So if they pay $129 times 3. Yes,
yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
So yes. And we'll inspect all 3 of the garage doors. So
the value goes up and up and up, and it's fantastic. Call Cody and his team right now at A1 Garage Door Service. Call now, 612-353-8389. That's 612-353-8389. The phone number, a little slower, 612-353-8389. Cody, I didn't want to forget about this. Replacing the garage door. I've got a note here. Garage door quotes are always free. So that's something else you brought to the show, free. Let's talk about that because we often talk about the rollers and the springs and the maintenance and MyQ, the garage door opener. But a lot of people have freaking ugly doors, okay? They might be dented. That's common. They might be loud, really kind of tinny. I have beautiful garage doors on my home. They're insulated. They're heavier, but because they are, it rides better. So picture this, everybody, especially those of you who may have, grown up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s when we had big cars. They rode smooth. The bigger, heavier the car, the smoother the ride. Those little imports like the Datsun we used to get, it's a big thing back in the 70s, right? There were a lot of big American cars. You buy this import from Japan, and you're like, wait a second. This isn't like the big ride. The bigger, the heavier door, often, the more luxurious it is. So I love mine. So people can upgrade. They can put windows in their doors, insulated doors. What are some other options?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And when you say, I want to make it clear, though, when we say heavier door, we're just talking about more rigid, more meat, right? There's more meat there. The options now are almost unlimited because there's different stamp patterns. There's different type of material. You can have steel, you can have aluminum, you can have wood, you can have composite wood, which is amazing because it doesn't have the upkeep. There's a whole bunch of different designs on that. So one thing that I really love how we do, it used to be we had to memorize every single price, and every time the price changes, it gets difficult. And then the customer wants to say, well, how would this look on my house? So we give them a little swatch. It's about 3 inches by 4 inches to say, here's the color. Well, how can you imagine what your house is going to look like? So as part of what we do, our guys take a lot of measurements. We're going to give you options. Perhaps you have more headroom, meaning room up above the garage door. Maybe we can make the door go up a little bit higher in the tracks, so when you open your Suburban hatch, it doesn't hit the door every time. We have so many options, but one thing I really love, so you'll see our guys will take measurements, we'll take some pictures, but we're going to take a picture of the front of the house. And then we'll get you on the phone with our virtual product specialist, and they're going to basically show you a picture of your house with the new different, what I'll call flavors, right? Different flavors, different styles of what to do. So that way you don't have to guess. I wonder what a white door would look like on this. I wonder what a mahogany wood-looking door, maybe a faux wood door would look like on this. You don't have to guess anymore. We'll design it. We've spent hours on the phone with clients designing a bunch of different options for them. That way they get exactly what they want. And they're excited. They don't have to hope and guess. They don't need to do any of that. They're going to know exactly what they're going to get before they get it.
There are a number of people who are listening to our show right now, Cody, who are in the market for a garage door. They just didn't know who to call. I recommend that they call Cody at A1 Garage Door Service right now. Here's Cody's number, 612-353-8389. That's 612-353-8389. And remember, all garage door quotes are absolutely free. Also, something else is free today is a 29-point inspection on your garage door. A little bit of a catch, though. You're going to have to take advantage of the $129 discounted garage door tune-up versus $350 and get 10 rollers absolutely free. Call right now, 612-353-8389. That's 612-353-8389. The phone number, a little slower, 612-353-8389. So, Cody, we take for granted some of the technology today. The garage door is quite safe. When I was young, it wasn't as safe. We didn't have those electric eyes,
right,
which make it safe. Sometime back in like the 1970s, I believe, they started putting the automatic reversing in, which is when the garage door opener was letting the door down. I say letting because it doesn't really push it. It kind of nudges it down because the garage door is supposed to be balanced. And we can talk about that after the break.
Okay.
So the garage door is coming down. It hits something, a vehicle, an animal, a child, elderly person like me, and it'll automatically reverse. So that's been around since I was a kid. But there are a lot of other features today that make it safe.
Yes, and so on that automatic reverse part that you're talking about, and again, I've been, for most of our listeners, now they've got all the new technology, right? So they don't have to worry about this. But back in my old day, I can't believe you got me saying that. Oh my gosh, I sound like my dad. But anyways, so back in my day, there was a lot of openers that didn't have the photo eyes, the little laser beams at the bottom of the tracks. And so they had an adjustable downforce and upforce. The problem is the key word there was adjustable. So when there was a problem and the door's running rough, people would just put it at full blast and they would forget. They didn't get the problem solved. And then if it hits something, it hurts whatever it's hitting. It destroys the door or destroys whatever it's hitting, right? So it's dangerous. Kids were unfortunately killed, and a lot of animals were because it would crush, right? So then the government came in and said, this is a massive safety issue. So in 1993, they came out with the photo eyes, and they're supposed to be roughly about 6 inches off the ground either way and kind of point to each other. And so then they came out with that. And that should solve the problem, because even if it's hitting me and it doesn't stop for some reason, even though it's supposed to, I would fall down and I would get in front of those sensors and the door will kick back up. That's why it's so important to have the photo eyes in the correct place by code, okay? But nowadays, if we change like an old AC motor and we put in a new, what's called a DC motor, it's got a soft start, soft stop. It is so much more gentle when it hits me. Now, look, if it hits something, it can still scrape it or dent it, right? But it's going to hit me a lot more softly, and it's going to stop and go back up. You still have the photo eyes, but also we now have battery backups. We have special lighting that's a lot brighter. And we also have wall switches that have a motion detector on it. Not every unit, but just ask our trained technicians. We have wall switches with the motion detector, so when you step into the garage, it'll turn the light on. It's really amazing stuff.
Technology is amazing. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk more about the technology and also why it's important to have the spring tension to the right tension and having that door balance and not be too heavy. Before we do that, one more time, here is Cody's phone number at A1 Garage Door Service. 612-353-8389. 612-353-8389. And we'll be right back right after this, right here on Check a Pro Radio. Stand by.
This is the Check a Pro Radio Show.
If you want to get a home improvement project done, but you don't know who to call, I can help. This is Dave Ramsey. Don't call. Log on to checkapro.com.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. At A1 Garage Door Service, our monthly service plan will keep your garage door running smoothly, so you never have to deal with a broken garage door. It's simple, it's smart, and it saves you time and costly repairs. From repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. Call A1 Garage Door Service, and you'll be smiling today.
A1 from day one.
So, Cody, the technology, like you were talking about before the break, is huge today. I have the MyQ system, and I do have it programmed where if I forget to put my garage doors down at night, they're both programmed to go down by 10 o'clock or at 10 o'clock. And it doesn't matter if there's a time change or if the sun's up or down, right? It says 10 o'clock. That's the rule. Here's what's really cool about it, everybody. It just doesn't go down. It actually warns you.
Yes.
So it kind of beeps. It goes beep, beep, beep. I think the lights flash too.
Yep, it does.
So it kind of gives you a warning, kind of like a truck backing up, beep, beep, beep. And then after about 10 seconds or so, it engages and goes down safely because the photo eyes still work in that case. And so would the reverse if it hit something.
Absolutely. And nowadays on the MyQ app, if there is a safety infraction, it will come back up and you'll get an error on your phone. You don't have to guess anymore. It'll say it didn't close, safety problem, and you click on it and it tells you what it thinks is going on. It's really amazing.
I think it's great. It doesn't cost much at all. I mean, I don't even think there's a big cost difference when you buy a MyQ product or a regular opener. I mean, I didn't think it was a big difference.
Well, all the LiftMaster openers we have it built in. So that yes, if it's a LiftMaster opener, it has it built in. It's how they are now.
So it's like buying a car today with air conditioning. Years ago, you could actually buy a car without AC and also electric windows, and they all came with just AM radios. So there you go. Cody's phone number is 612-353-8389. That's 612-353-8389. And the reason why you're calling Cody at A1 Garage Door Service today is to take advantage of the offer he has brought. Jerry, my producer, tells me we only have 2 of these left, Cody. So you must call now. Here's the phone number. 612-353-8389. That's 612-353-8389. Just tuned in? What are you calling for? Aha! It is a garage door tune-up. You'll get 10 free rollers, brand new nylon rollers. This is ordinarily a $350 value. Today, it's only $129, only 2 of these left. And on top of that, Cody from A1 Garage Door Service is throwing in a 29-point garage door inspection, where you'll be inspecting things such as the spring and the weight of that door. How does that work?
We're going to inspect the 3-point balance. When you close the door, it should stay down. When you open it halfway, it should stay halfway. It shouldn't slam down. It shouldn't fly up. And then when you open it all the way, it should stay in the up position. So that's kind of the 3-point balance test. Getting a little technical there. The other thing we do is we actually put the door on a scale, and we'd say, what's the weight of the door when nothing's touching it? What's the weight of the door when it sits down? Do you know what it should be under? Do you know?
Under 5.
Under 5 pounds. Oh, you remember. There you go. Trained them well. Sometimes we've seen it where it's 10, 20, 30, 50 pounds, which means your opener's working 2 or 10 times as hard as it should, which is it's not very good to, for your motor unit. The safeties aren't going to work as well as it's supposed to. So in those cases, we'll present it to the client and show them what's going on. And if there's some options for them, we'll alert them to it. On the springs, though, I would go back to the cycles, right? The usage. Nowadays, we're seeing a lot of springs breaking that 2 to 4 range because they're builder basic stuff, right? So what really kind of sets us apart, other than everything else we do, hopefully the client sees that, is we do have different types of grades of springs. On our vans, we have different grades of springs. We even have a proprietary one that's called Max Life springs. If they break while you own the house, the parts are guaranteed for life. But also, it's not just the same basic spring and say, I hope they move. That's not how we work. Instead of being rated for like 10,000 cycles up and down is one cycle, it's rated for, on average, over 80,000 cycles. Most of the time on our Max Life springs, they're awesome.
You love what you do. The passion.
Can you tell?
It's incredible. And I love having a Check-A-Pro pre-qualified contractor here in the studio, because just about everybody who I work with on the home service side love what they do. I'm going to give Cody's phone number out again. Here it is. 612-353-8389. All right, Jerry, my producer, says we only have one more offer left on this garage door tune-up. Let's go through this one more time, Cody. Ordinarily $350 for a garage door tune-up with 10 rollers. Today, only $129 for the garage door tune-up. You're going to throw in 10 free rollers just for $129. But wait, there's more. A 29-point garage door inspection for free.
Yes. And if you want a door quote, we can come out and show you the whole entire catalog of options, for lack of better words.
It's A1 from day one, A1 Garage Door Service, and Cody's phone number is 612-353-8389. Cody, as always, I appreciate your time. Thank you for educating my listeners and me on garage doors.
Yes, well, thank you for having me, and I hope we can make everybody's home smile that much bigger now.
Thank you, Cody. We'll see you next time, buddy.
Thank you.